Girl. Black women, grown folk business. Can we talk about it? And I love it when I do get these, really, because, I'm like, really? Ooh, okay, whatever. I got a personal attack from a white woman who, um, whatever. Anyway, I, I need you to go get your libation, get yourself seated, get comfortable. Let's talk about this because this is a real problem for Black women in any workspace, at school, with your children, in a store, wherever it is you go. Okay, a white woman can say something. They don't need to have any facts. They don't need to know shit. They don't need to have any receipts. They don't need to have any documentation. They can say something about Black women that can fuck with your good name, your brand, and your money. You know how many times you should have gotten a raise for all the hard work that you've done and didn't get it. You know how so-and-so stole your idea, but you couldn't say shit because then you're not a team player. You know that they have meetings about the way your hair grows out of your head and it's too ethnic. You know this shit, okay? And it is no different than a multitude of experiences I've had professionally and personally. And I've learned that as Black women, one of the first things we always need to do to protect ourselves is we need to be documenting, recording, taping, taking notes on all of what we do. I know it's cumbersome. I know it's hard. I know it's unfair. And this is to help you to protect yourself from white women who choose to use weapons of whiteness. Okay. Another thing, just since I said weapons of whiteness, you guys know I love to read, right? I read all the time because I believe the only way for me to get rid of my ignorance is to educate myself out of it, right? So this is Weapons of Whiteness. This is by Catrice Jackson, and she's written several books. Oh my God. The Becky Code, girl, you gotta have a Becky Code because everything that's happened to you throughout your life, you're gonna be like, shit, somebody does understand. Okay? So, anyway, let's get into a little bit of what happened and in that. I was thinking of working with this woman. I, for several reasons, chose not to. I just quietly left it alone. I had a conversation with her in which we did discuss why I wanted to use her platform. And you know me, I don't hold back on shit. I don't have hidden agendas. I have agendas. And I don't fear a bitch. So I'll tell you just what it is. Okay. So, she actually got put on by Cynthia G, but it was because Cynthia G called her Becky, which she herself as a white woman wrapped herself in. I don't care if you call me a Becky. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. Maybe she don't know what that means, but of course she does know what that means because she used it, every single piece of it, in the video that she did about me personally. So we all know I have three main problems that I actually focus on that have to do with Black women and Black girls. So the first one is that 1 in 4 Black girls has been or will be raped by the time that they're 18. And yes, I'm using the word raped. Okay. By a Black man, usually around or in their family that this little girl will know and was told that she could trust. And then the next step that other people don't really understand is too often we put the onus of that heinous, soul ripping, violent act on the child, that they have to feel like it was their fault, and like they could never feel protected or safe again. I mean, it's just so much that goes to it. So that's one of my big issues for Black women and Black girls. My next big issue that you've all heard me talk about is that every 5.5 to 6 hours, a Black woman or Black girl, often enough the woman can be pregnant or this will happen in front of her child, is murdered by a Black man every day. Every 5.5 to 6 hours here in the United States, a Black woman or Black girl is murdered by a Black man every day. Every motherfucking day. You know how I know? Because I've done my homework, yes. But the person who has done the most, she founded Black Femicide America. She founded Black Femicide US, and I would really encourage all of you to follow her and support her. And she has a co-founder as well. Is a Black woman, 2 Black women, okay? And she's a whole RN who has a whole job. And because she started tracking this years ago, and she went up to Congress and state and local government to try to get traction, to try to get this out there, to try to get it heard that every 5.5 to 6 hours, every motherfucking day, a Black woman or girl is murdered by a Black man. They basically have all told her no. And you know why? Because their reasoning is that no one really cares about Black women. So that's not going to catch headlines. Really. So my next thing is I really just need for Black women and Black girls to be protected and held sacred. You are not going to get that protection from white women that you uphold and do they work for them and all that shit. Definitely not. And you are not getting that from Black men. Okay? We just need to face the reality of it. Okay? So my thoughts are that I think one of the solutions, and I think if we get together, even though we come from different perspectives, we could find solutions to these problems. And one of them is that Black girls need to be in self-defense classes weekly. Black women need to be in self-defense classes weekly. And as an adult Black woman, this country says that you have Second Amendment rights. You need to make sure that you do what it takes to get past whatever it is that's stopping you from having a weapon that can protect you in your home. Okay? It's too late when you know you're being physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally dragged, and the next step is murder. Okay? My third problem that terrifies me for Black women is that Black women die 4 times more often giving birth than white women do. And our babies are 50% more likely to die than white babies, white newborns. And they had to admit that it had nothing to do with education, because as it happens, Black women are the most highly educated and experienced demographic, and they do go to the doctor, and they do tell them what's going on with them. What they had to admit at HHS, Health and Human Services, is that the reason for this horrifying statistic is that whenever Black women are giving birth and are the care of primarily white women or a white doctor, yeah, they're 4 times more likely to die. And you do not see this in the media, but the reverse is not true. Okay? If a white woman, no matter what her education, she can have a high school or less, whatever it is, if her caregivers are Black people, she is going to be treated with the utmost of care. Now, Black women who have black women as caregivers, and doulas, and midwives and doctors, also shows that they don't die 4 times more than white women. It's only when they're in the care of white women and or they are, never mind. Anyway, so these are my main problems, and this is what I wanted to discuss on this woman's platform. Okay. So her video of me, what did she say? Okay. She called me a Black woman that is a bitch and a racist. A racist. I'm a whole racist. Hell, I'm a lot of things. But Hooker, you need to like really get some knowledge. For real though. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not funny. All right. So this white woman branded me as a con artist who is egotistical because of my education, not to be trusted. And basically, let's read between the lines. She just called me a uppity nigga. As if I was trying to get over on this chick. When we all know I'm real, I just tell you straight up like what it is. Just like I told her. Okay? And you can see it in the videos that I actually produced because she wanted to do CRT first. So I went with that because it was her platform. But you can see it. All right? So, take a look at the receipts. And the fact is that the one thing that she did contribute was her and her husband, I guess they came up with an idea that maybe we could do a show called Facts and Feelings or something like that. I even did the mock-up, the pre-production mock-up for that. Okay? I sent this woman emails of ideas. And granted, she was going through some stuff, but at the same time, she was on videos answering videos and comments in her videos or whatever. So, I gave it another couple of weeks and I was like, okay, she's not getting back in contact with me. I'm not gonna contact her anymore. This tells me everything I need to know. So one of the things that I've had to really chide myself on, I didn't like that I did this. I didn't like that I made this choice, is that I went out of how I normally operate, which is to listen to somebody's behaviors for 6 to 9 weeks. Because that normally will tell you everything you need to know. You just need to watch how they move, listen to their behaviors, and take notes. and then just call it for what it is. And for me, when I ended up by circumstance having to sit and actually watch how this white woman moved, I decided, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with this. This ain't happening. Nope. My bad. So she didn't answer me back after those few weeks. Cool. I blocked her ass and went on about my business. So I guess what happened to her, according to her video about how I'm a Black woman who is a con artist, egotistical, educated, uppity nigga who, what now? Oh, I'm a Black woman who is a racist and a bitch. Okay. So according to her video, she has been watching my videos to give me support. I didn't ask for her support. I never asked for this woman's support. She has not any documentation that shows that I said, oh, could you support all my channels or blah, blah, blah. No. And you all know that my channels, for the most part, are dedicated to conversations between me and Black women and what's going on with us as grown folks. Okay? So this woman actually gets to fuck with my good name and my brand because I chose to ghost her and she didn't like something I said on a video and she thought I specifically meant her. But hooker, if the shoe fits, okay. You all up in your feelings because of some shit I always say. If I wanted the shit to be said specifically to you, believe me, I'll say it. I'll say it now. You have wrapped yourself in the fact that you are not educated. And you have no intention on being. You stated that. You mad? You mad? People, go back in her videos or whatever you do. I hate the hell to give this woman oxygen, but don't sit up here and think that because you're dealing with a Black woman that you get to act out and do the most and ain't nobody gonna call you out on your bullshit ass white fragility, white supremacist, white privileged bullshit. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, boo. I don't need to like you. You don't need to like me. I am not fucking with you. Don't try fucking with me. We ain't going back and forth because I don't matter to you and you for sure don't matter to me. I am a grown ass Black woman and I will not tolerate bad behaviors directed at me or Black women in general when they come to me for my help. So, little girl, do not contact me. You want to talk shit? Talk your shit, bitch. Talk your shit. And do not contact me. You have no right to fuck with my brand, my good name, or my motherfucking money. I don't need shit from you. Cool. The shit didn't work out. I went on my way. I ain't say shit. But you got to do the most? Girl, you don't fucking know me like that. Okay, ladies, that was she called hers a rant. I think it wasn't a rant. Actually, I'm just not going to have it. And I don't want that for you either as Black women. We need to have receipts. We need to have documentation. And this little episode is why, this is why. I do think it's funny, though, when white women try to come at me. Because I'm skilled at this shit. I've been dealing with them for decades. Studying their behaviors. Educating myself about them. And how they motherfucking move. And I suggest we all do the same so that we can protect and keep sacred Black women and Black girls. You don't deserve this shit. You work too hard, I already know. All right. Love you guys. Hello. The following are the receipts that I told everyone in this video I would show you to prove the work that I did on this white woman who called me a con artist, and I was just trying to do I don't know what, where I did all the production work, edits on a show that was her platform because she did not know how to do any of these things. You can see the conversations we had coming from me, and you'll see conversations in blue. The gray are her answering back. But this is part and parcel of why we need to keep evidence of our interactions with white women, especially in the workplace, at school, things like that, because too easily we can be branded something that we are not, and our work will be dismissed and denied, actually. And I think often, especially with the Black women that I help to navigate these areas, that we feel we have to put up with this. And I am showing you, you do not. You can check someone. And we definitely need to check white women. As you can see in some of her answers, she was grateful that I had taken the couple of days that it took me to edit these videos to make a intro for her. And you can see these videos on my channel on YouTube. Let me see. They'll say CRT or something like that, okay? She also claimed that I didn't really explain what CRT was, and if you listen within the first two videos, because I had to cut them and break them down to get them uploaded properly, you will see that I had done my homework. I had given her actual information, because you'll also hear her say she refuses to, she doesn't feel the need to do any and all that reading. That's for other people, not her. Okay. So remember, we have a lot of things that we have to deal with. And unfortunately, this is one of them. And I found the best way is to have things documented. I could have said all of this over the phone to her, but after years of dealing with white women, their white privilege, their white fragility, I chose to do what I do, which is keep accurate documentation, which can be dates can be verified and things like that, to show our interaction, who did what work, and that the only thing this woman actually came up with was being okay with me coming on her channel, but also that she and her husband just came up with the idea of us maybe thinking about doing another show that they came up with the name of Facts and Feelings. And as you can see, I also did a pre-production intro for it. And I'm out. Protect yourself, Black women. Protect each other and protect Black girls, because no one's going to do it for us. We're going to have to really get together. Even though we don't all believe the exact same thing, we're dealing with the same problems and we're dealing with the same concerns, and they are deadly to us. In this case, if someone is really choosing that they are going to discredit you or whatever because they're in their feelings for whatever reason, it can have long lasting effects on your brand, on your good name, on your finances. And we work too hard, Black women. We work too hard. So I am glad that I did this. This was an object lesson, and I'm glad it didn't happen to any of you. I preferred that it happened to me, and I could use it as a space for all of us to learn and to grow. Okay? So there's a little bit more. Love you.